all dissolves.
Fuck. I look like a fucking mess. I apologize. Actually, I don't fucking care. Okay, so I just got done watching the No Jumper podcast interview with Gary Vee. And if you don't know who Gary Vee is, he's like kind of the new Ty Lopez, but just way more crass and way more driven and ADHD defied. Amazing interview, amazing podcast. Adam22 is awesome. Has like a fucking cult following with a bunch of 14-year-old Zanny heads, but it's an amazing channel, No Jumper, and his vlog channel, Adam22. Anyways, it's Friday night. I felt inspired after watching that to make a video. I don't have to make a video till Monday, technically. Usually Sunday night, upload it 8 a.m. Monday morning. I just wanted to talk about the people that you surround yourself with, or I'll speak from personal experience. So all my life, I wanted to be like the popular kid. I wanted to fit in with the cool kids. It doesn't matter where they were going in life, as long as everybody, as long as they were popular. And the older I got, probably, especially after high school, I realized that the people you surround yourself with kind of dictate where you're headed in life. Because the people who are driven, who want, who think big, who are kind of larger than life, they don't surround themselves with, small fish in the sea. They surround themselves with other people that have the same mindset of doing big things. That's why I kind of keep a small circle. Anybody who can make something out of nothing, for example, Mike and Dana from Life Force Kratom, who just thought one day, hey, let's make a Kratom company, and now they're doing great, they have a little operation going. I respect that so much, and I've realized, I have a friend of mine named Dub. He got out of prison, I think, we'll say a year ago. He has a long history of stuff. I won't get into it. He's so driven. Every day I see on his Facebook, he's going for like 6-mile runs. He's working 2 to 3 jobs. He knows that when he got out of prison, he was at the bottom of the barrel. He was scraping by, and he knew that whatever it took, he had to do it, whether it's working drive-thru at McDonald's, whatever it is to get himself back on his feet. And I respect that so much. I have so many friends who I don't really speak to as often anymore, who are just satisfied with where they're at. They're just content. And I have, that's fine. There's people out there, that's fine. They make a decent living. They get their happiness, elsewhere. But I've found it easier and easier as the years go by. I don't know why I'm holding this fucking pen. Easier and easier as years go by to just cut people out of my life. Not in like some arrogant bitch shit kind of way where I think I'm like better than them. I want to surround myself with other people that are driven. Let's YouTube, for example. I talk about it 24/7. I'm not gonna stop doing this. Whether you guys all turn on me and start hating all my shit, there's nothing that could stop me now and make me be like, oh fuck, well that sucks. I'm just gonna stop doing it. I'm stuck in my feelings. I don't wanna do this anymore. And surrounding yourself with other people that are like, fuck it, I don't care, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, is so healthy. I'm not gonna say names, but there's people that have been in my life for years that it's gotten to a point where they're just boring. I don't like surrounding myself with them. It's not conducive to where I want to take my life, to where I'm going, the journey. And then there's other friends who I can say I want it, if I ever make it big, that's like if I ever make it big and I'm doing YouTube and I'm like, making a living off it, the one thing that really gets me excited is how I can repay all my friends, how I can make their lives easier. For example, Alec, my dream is to get him a Subaru STI. That's like my dream once I make it big. I don't say if I make it big or if I start making it. It's once I do. I cannot wait to get him a Subaru STI. He's been obsessed with it for so long. He has this like older WRX that is just it's rusted and it's kind of falling apart. And then there's even Nicole, for example, who, we're not on good terms, but if I were to ever make it big, she was there from the beginning. She is the one that gave me the confidence I needed to get this going. And I'm just thinking about how I can repay all the people that pretty much got me to where I'm at or where I'm going to be. And it's just an exciting thing. So pretty much I'm kind of all over the place right now. What I'm saying is, if people aren't healthy, if you're having trouble cutting people out of your life, you gotta just think it's the only time you have to be selfish, or the only time I have to be selfish. I keep saying you. I'm not a fucking mentor. I'm not a fucking guru. For me, cutting people out of my life has gotten easier and easier as the years gone by, only because, after high school, I realized that or even years after high school, I realized I didn't need people to fulfill me. People don't make me happy. They can add to my happiness or to my sadness or whatever. But as a person, there's not much they can do to me at this point. I feel like the closer you get to 30 or beyond, the kind of more calloused, and you have this hard shell on you that it's who the fuck cares what they think? Who the fuck cares what they say? I don't know. I have a lot of old friends who they play it off like there's some popular, huge person who gets all the bitches and all this shit. But deep down, they're just empty and hollow, and they're broke. But they put on like they're doing really well. And I have mixed feelings about that. It's fake it till you make it, but stay humble. And I've found all those friends that I used to have that were like that. They're doing the same shit. They're not moving forward. They're just stagnant. They're just, 2 steps forward and exactly 2 steps back. Or 2 steps back and then 2 steps forward. They don't move. They have the same dead-end job. They don't want to better themselves. I feel bad because I'm the exact same way. I don't want to say I am. I guess I was the exact same way. So I feel empathetic towards it. And trust me, I'm not doing great. I live in a little studio apartment in St. Paul, Minnesota. I have a job that is good. It's okay. It doesn't pay great. But the benefits that come with it, 5 weeks paid vacation a year, I get to travel. I just feel so grateful, but it doesn't stop there. I want to keep going. I want to get a raise at my job. I want to work harder and harder. It seems like a lot of people, they don't want to work. It's my generation doesn't realize that you have to put in a lot of time and effort if you want to succeed in whatever you're passionate about. I think I have almost close to 400 videos. If you add in the editing time, the actual filming, uploading, I've probably put in, we'll say 2 to 3 hours of video, because sometimes I'm up all night editing a video. So I've put roughly a total of 1,200 hours into YouTube and my videos. And that doesn't even count how much I think about it. I probably think about, ideas, that I put in my phone. I probably think about YouTube ideas and editing and all this shit probably 5 hours a day. That's when I'm not doing YouTube even. That's just when I'm at work and I'm thinking about it. I'm obsessed. You have to be obsessed with whatever you want to do. For example, when I was living with my mom, I didn't have a job, I didn't have a girlfriend. It sucked, first off. It was fucking miserable, but I'm so grateful that I was in that position to realize something after my mom ended up walking into my room one day and being like,
your future boss isn't gonna walk in and knock on your door and ask you if you want this job.
Your future girlfriend or wife or husband or whatever you guys are into, they're not gonna come and knock on your fucking apartment door and say, hey, I'm in love with you, can we date? You gotta put in the fucking work. And that's why I think my generation, and probably many other generations, are just failing miserably. There's no work ethic anymore. I put myself in that category too. There's days where it's I should and could be doing so many things, and I don't. I get, you need days off, but there was a time there where I was getting 2 hours of sleep a night, and I was just obsessing over YouTube, and I still do, but, there's days where I wouldn't sleep. I would forget to eat. I would be so obsessed with it. I feel partly because my relationship, I feel that my relationship with Nicole partly ended because of my obsession with YouTube. You know, when I was doing daily vlogging and she'd be laying in bed on her phone on Pinterest, well, I would literally just be sitting in the living room editing for hours on end. There's so much sacrifice and compromise that goes into whatever you want to do if you're actually that driven. There's one guy that said, you need to want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. And that couldn't be more true. Like, it's an obsession. You need to be obsessed with whatever it is that you want to do. I see a lot of YouTubers come and go, and I don't even consider myself really a YouTuber. I'm not making any money off this. But there's a lot of YouTubers who come in and they're like, alright, I'm going to do kratom reviews, and they kind of just pick it up and dry it out and move on. And that's completely fine, first off. I just want to say that. But it's a lot harder than it looks. The criticism, the time and effort throughout your day of just thinking of ideas, taking the time to edit and set up the camera and put on like, not like a fake persona, but like make people want to watch you. It's exhausting, it really is, and I don't think a lot of people actually see that. Keep in mind, I absolutely love it, I'm obsessed with it, and I love everything about it. It's like my fucking girlfriend, but it's a lot. It really is. And going back to the beginning, this is kind of a long rant, and I'm sorry, but I just feel like I felt really inspired to turn on the camera after watching that. Cut people out of your life that aren't doing any good for you. You know, a lot of times people are just used to having people in their lives. They may not be bad people, but if you're not benefiting from them and they're not benefiting from you, and you guys are just kind of like whatever, you're just almost like acquaintances, but you've just known each other long enough to be called friends, fuck them. Lose them. If you gotta be selfish sometimes, and yeah, that's pretty much the moral of the story, is just cut out the people that aren't doing you any good or that are just holding you back. It's the worst feeling, and it'll suck for a while, but once you get over that hump and you can look back logically and not emotionally, you're gonna be so grateful. Yeah, that's all I got. I had to get that off my chest. And I know it's probably a really cringy video, but I don't fucking care. You have to make a few cringy videos, right? Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I might just post this tonight. Fuck it. Or maybe tomorrow morning. Probably tomorrow morning. Okay, bye.